Hey, this is Dark Trend of Gas, and basically we're gonna do another typing discussion. I've already done one. It should be about time this one goes up. The first one I did was basically based off of all the new typings that were introduced to the game. So if you wanna look at that, just check the playlist for this one right here, this video right here. So basically, this video that I'm doing at this moment, right this second, on this mic, is some of the typings that were revisited in this new generation that were originally um, unique to one Pokemon or maybe two or maybe three Pokemon in the entire game. So another one that I haven't really explained. I haven't. So I know these typings. The first time I didn't want to, because I didn't really know all the typings. I didn't want to scream out names, but most of these I do know what Pokemon carry the typing. So let's get on with that. Or at least I know at least one Pokemon. So the first one we're gonna do is the electric bug typing. This goes to my boy Galvantula. My boy Galvantula had one of the most unique typings in the game up until Sun and Moon is about to release in 9 days. So up until then, he was the only bug electric, I believe. There could be one more, but I only remember him being the only one. The bug electric typing carries a lot of resistances and neutrality. But the issue with Galvantula is he's always been frail, but he only has two weaknesses, which are rock and fire. Because once you add that bug typing to something, it kind of gets that boss level. You know what I mean? It gets that boss level. I don't know what's going on with the bug typing, but the bug typing takes away a lot. It carries a lot of resistances. So once you add that bug typing, add it to an electric type who only has one weakness, now you've picked up the two weaknesses from the bug type, but it took away the weakness of the ground type. And rock is a powerhouse. Fire is a powerhouse, but a lot of the really good fire type attacks have low accuracy or chance taking accuracy. So most people want to go for that chance of rock sliding and killing, opposed to that fire blast. Then you have stone edge, but we call that stone miss out here. So a lot of people don't want to go with that. They're not brave enough for that. So I think this typing is definitely a great typing. I'm glad they revisited and brought it back into the game with another Pokemon. I was always interested with Galvantula, and it's pretty strange typing, and I'm happy to see it on another Pokemon, which is I believe it's Charjabus and all of that evolutionary line has it now. The next one is water poison. The water poison typing was one of my favorite typings coming into X and Y because of Dragalge, one of the two. He was a dragon water type, but his original form, the first form of dragon poison, was only exclusive to his pre-evolution. I believe is I can't think of the name of it right now, but I know he becomes Dragalge, pretty much. But the water poison typing is a nice typing. Spoiler alert: there's a new water poison typing, and it's going to be better than Ferrothorn. Because even though Ferrothorn is a monster, Ferrothorn is a beast. It has a 4 times weakness to fire. With his water poison typing, there's no 4 times weakness. So a monster or a Pokemon with stats higher than Ferrothorn. Spoiler alert again. There's one with stats higher than Ferrothorn, and his ability breaks Ferrothorn, crushes him. I probably will be replacing Ferrothorn on my team with this water poison typing once it comes. But you see the number of resistances. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 resistances in the lineup. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 neutrals. You have 3 weaknesses. So you have your ground weakness, your psychic weakness, and your electric weakness. So given bulkiness, most of these can be avoided. Psychic and electric is special, so if you have a good amount of special bulk, you can live 1 or 2 thunderbolts or 1 or 2 psychics. Earthquake is always the threat. Lots of Pokemon can't live in Earthquake, especially a stab Earthquake. So pretty much you're just trying to dodge that ground weakness right there, because the other ones can be maneuvered around. I'm happy that they revisited this typing as well. It's one of my favorite typings. I can't wait to use the new Pokemon that has it. Also, I forgot to mention this in the beginning of the video. I'm only doing the first 10 typings because there are a total of 21 to 22 typings that they revisited. So I'm going to this is going to be part 1, and then there's going to be part 2. So let's go ahead with this number 3. Number 3 is the water bug typing, which was only exclusive to Surskit up until this generation. Now we have can't think of it. There's another Pokemon that is Water Bug. It's the bubble looking Pokemon, but they haven't released a name really for it, so I can't even tell you. But this is yet it's definitely the water typing combined with any other typing seems to be a nice typing as well. So dealing with this what was it? Wait, was it with this water bug combination? It looks pretty similar to the water poison combination. One, two, with a little less resistances and a little more neutrality, but more or less the same amount of weaknesses. Flying weakness is not as common as a rock and an electric weakness, so I can see how this can be a beneficial, a beneficial typing. I don't really have too much to say on this typing, but I really do. This is probably going to be a very competitive typing as well. The next one here is going to be the Grass Fairy typing, which I believe only one Pokemon had it up until this generation, and that was Whimsicott. Whimsicott, I think, was the only one. I might be missing one. I think it's Whimsicott because Flabébé and all of them, we wanted them to be Fairy Grass, but they just didn't give it to us. That the 4x weakness to poison, as well as your normal 3 weaknesses. I'm not quite sure why it retained the weakness to steel, because I believe grass resists steel, but I guess that was just the offset to such a great typing, especially when you're losing a weakness completely with the dragon typing being nullified. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have a total of 6 neutrals. 6 resistances, and a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're even 6 for 6. Remember, you're 6 for 6, and you have your 5 weaknesses. So this isn't the best typing, but we've seen what Whimsicott can do with it. So I'm sure another Pokemon can take that typing and use that typing to its advantage. This next one is going to be the Steel Fairy typing. The Steel Fairy typing was only exclusive to Mawile, I believe. Mawile was the only Fairy Steel type in the game. This typing is an amazing typing. It loses its weakness to steel and electric. It loses its weakness to poison completely and becomes neutral to steel. So as a fairy, it loses its fairy type weaknesses completely due to that steel typing. It gains a monster amount of neutrals, a monster amount of resistances. It retains the weakness from a fire from the ground typing, from the steel typing, and it picks up the ground weakness, which we all know Mawile can take earthquake. Fire is its enemy because, of course, fairy doesn't take fire too well, so a fire and a steel combination, it should be ×3, but it says ×2, so that's what we're going to go with. But we know it does. Really, its only weakness is going to be the fire attacks. Fire attacks will be really only the weakness that it has, and I think that's pretty much how that's going to be. So let's go on to the next typing, which will be the bug fighting typing, which was exclusive to... The bug fighting typing was exclusive to Heracross, I believe. Yes, Heracross. I don't know why I said fighting. That doesn't exist. The bug fighting typing was exclusive to Heracross. This typing has been known... Basically, Heracross is not the best defensive Pokemon, but it's definitely been shown as an offensive presence. So I expect that from whatever carries this typing, I expect it to be an offensive presence like Heracross. Anytime you add the fighting typing, close combat is coming with it. So a good attack on a pretty good Pokemon is great. That's something great. It has that 4x flying because, of course, Bug and Fighting are both weak to it. It has the Psychic weakness, which I feel should be a neutrality because, of course, Bug resists Psychic. I believe it does. I could be wrong. But I'm sure it does. It picks up that Fire weakness, and it has the Fairy weakness from the fighting typing. It has a really good amount of neutrals. It has a pretty okay amount of resistances, but it's definitely not a defensive typing. It's actually better as an offensive typing. That's what I expect from whenever Pokemon picks this ability, this up next. I believe this is now with an Ultra Beast. This typing is now with the Ultra Beast, so I think that's really going to be interesting to see. The next is the Flying Steel typing. Everybody knows about Skarmory and Skarmory shenanigans, so you know that this typing is definitely a problem. With the Flying Steel typing, you lose that ground weakness. You lose that poison weakness. You gain the fire weakness and the electric weakness, but we all know Skarmory can eat both of those. You gain a monster amount of resistances. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 resistances with 4 times resistances and another 6 neutrals. So it pretty much walls a lot of stuff. It picks up the electric weakness and the fire weakness, as I said before, with 2 immunities completely. It's an amazing combination, and anything that has it is going to be something to be reckoned with. This has also been given to an Ultra Beast, and I'm kind of scared to see what it does when I have to battle it, because it has so many. You can do so much with this typing, it makes no sense. On to the next one, which is the normal fighting typing, which blew everybody's mind when Lopunny showed up with it last year. But now it's been brought back with another Pokemon. So with this normal fighting typing, we know you have that immunity, complete immunity to Ghost. You pick up that fighting weakness from normal typing, which is the only thing it brings. You keep that the fairy, flying, and psychic weakness that fighting brings with it, but you gain a monster amount of resistances. Of neutrals, and then you also have that. You also bring that bug resistance and that rock resistance, and it was the dark resistance. So you have 3 resistances. So definitely this is a pure offensive typing. It's a pretty good typing when it comes to, being defensive, but it doesn't have a whole lot of resistances. It has a whole lot of neutrals, and neutrals can kill. They just don't one-shot typically. So this typing right here is definitely better for offensive use. I'm trying to remember what has it now. I think it's Beware, maybe? Is it Beware that has it? There's another Pokemon that has it, but I just decided to add it to the list just because I wanted to highlight some of the revisited typings that are not so common that have been put in the game. I may miss a couple, but I did my best. That's all that matters. The next one is going to be the Grass Dragon typing, which was another one that knocked everybody's socks off last year when we got the Mega Evolution for Sceptile. My boy Sceptile, when he picked up that Dragon typing. The Dragon typing with the Grass typing is always beast. Anything with Dragon typing is going to be nasty. I expected the Dragon and the Dragon normal typing to be a little better because of the Dragon normal and normal Dragon are both ridiculous typings to add to another type. But, things happen. This comes with a 4 times resistance to water, electric, and grass. That means all the elements. 1 neutrality to fire because of the fact that it's Dragon now, so it's no longer weak to fire. So that's something. You have a 4 times weakness to ice, which, like I said, there's a Dragon killer out here. They're gonna need to watch their back now. And you have a good amount of neutrals. You have a regular resistance to ground because of the grass typing, also because of the Dragon typing. You picked up the weakness to poison from the grass typing, and also the weakness to flying and the weakness to bug from the grass typing. And Dragon, you retain your same 2 weaknesses from your Dragon and Fairy. So this typing pretty much split even with the weaknesses between the 2 typings. It retained everything from that it would have. There was no miscommunication with what weaknesses were going to happen. It's going to be a pretty much offensive threat. I don't see this being too much of a defensive threat. This typing is definitely meant for just pure offenses, especially with the couple of good grass moves that came in with this generation, and things like that. The last one I'm gonna go after will be the Poison Dark typing. This typing I say for last. Reason being, the Poison and Dark typing should have been. It's been given to 2 other Pokemon, and now it's been picked up by a 3rd Pokemon that is going to show out. We have Drapion as Poison and Dark. We also have Skunk Tank, who's also Poison and Dark. Both are very good defensive monsters. When you deal with that Poison and Dark, it nullifies most of your weaknesses. It gives you 1 weakness, so you're in that Sableye level, where if you got a really good defensive Pokemon, you're in that Sableye range, where Sableye can only be beaten by Fairy types. And up until last generation, he had no weakness. So If you had a dark poison type with levitate, it would be the most powerful typing that you've ever seen. Of course, it picks up it has 4 resistances, a whole lot of neutrals, 1 complete immunity, but you can tell this is a defensive typing. Everything that has it is defensive. Alolan Muck now has it, and that's definitely going to be a problem. Retained all the same stats that it had originally, with a couple points boosted, and it now has an incredible typing with an incredible ability in Gluttony, which allows it to eat its berry and gain more health from the berry than average. So you're basically killing the thing twice. So I'm kind of happy they reintroduced to the game. Once again, I'm going to wrap things up. Feel free to comment at the bottom with your feelings on these typings that got revisited, and if these are some of your favorite typings, man. I'm happy I covered them for you. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to show your support for me and the team over here, which is just me, myself, and I. Because I run with only 3. It's Dark Trinidad. I'm gonna get up out of here. You have a good day. Deuces. Part 2 coming. My mixtape. I'm dropping it.